China's increasing assertive activities in the South China Sea, from harassing vessels and building structures to introducing a new map with sweeping territorial claims, was prominent at the annual ASEAN Summit in Jakarta last week. Ten Southeast Asian nations that operates on the principle of consensus and non-interference of sovereignty continued to be divided over dealing with China's aggressive behavior in the disputed waters and seeking support from non-ASEAN partners. ASEAN's disunity on Chinese assertiveness in the South China Sea has been on display for over a decade after Cambodia, as ASEAN chair in 2012, refused to include a reference in the chairman's statement. Carl Thayer, Professor Emeritus of Politics at the University of New South Wales, Canberra. Thayer said that although Indonesia, which is this year's chair, in the chairman's statement that some ASEAN members expressed concerns about Beijing's land reclamations in the South China Sea, military activities and serious incidents in the area, there is nothing ASEAN can do collectively. China can easily exert pressure on ASEAN member states to prevent consensus forming to take more assertive action. China could use punitive economic sanctions against any country that attempted to stand up to China. Julius Hermawan, a lecturer on international relations at Parahyangan Catholic University in Bandung, Indonesia, told VOA Khmer in an email it is worrying that ASEAN leaders failed to show a united response to China, which may reflect a high degree of China's ability to steer ASEAN as a regional bloc. ASEAN leaders whose countries are not engaged directly in the conflict, apparently very careful in addressing the issue of the South China Sea for the sake of their economic interests. In July, China and ASEAN agreed on a series of guidelines to conclude a non-aggression pact aimed at preventing conflicts in the contested waters. China, however, has dragged its feet on an agreement that would limit its action with increasing assertiveness in the disputed territory. On August 28, Beijing published a new version of its national map asserting possession over nearly the entire waters, drawing strong protests from its neighbors, according to the Associated Press. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Wang Wenbin said the revisions of the map were a routine exercise of sovereignty in accordance with the law.